Attack on Titan. That delightful tale where humanity's last remnants cower behind colossal walls to avoid becoming appetizers for giant, naked humanoids with a penchant for snacking on people. Attack on Titan is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Hajime Isayama. The story follows Eren Yeager, who vows to exterminate the Titans after they bring about the destruction of his hometown and the death of his mother. As the story progresses, it shifts from being just about survival to a deeply complex war narrative. There are no clear heroes or villains, just people fighting for their own survival. And as secrets of the world are revealed, the truth only makes things more horrifying. The Titans are not just monsters. They are humans, manipulated and transformed against their will. Even in victory, there is no real happy ending. Peace, when achieved, is fragile. No matter how much people fight for a better world, new conflicts arise, showing the brutal reality of human nature. But the worst thing of all is that there's a lot of Titans, endless, tireless hordes of them shuffling in right behind the one you just dodged, if even the walls can't keep them out anymore. Dune. Dune is a science fiction franchise created by Frank Herbert, starting with the novel Dune 1965, the tale that makes you grateful your worst enemy is just Karen from accounting and not a colossal sandworm. Penned by Frank Herbert in 1965, this science fiction opus transports readers to the desert planet of Arrakis, where political intrigue is as common as grains of sand. In the far future, humanity thought, why not bring back the Middle Ages, with more planets? The result is a galactic empire where noble houses engage in Machiavellian schemes that make Game of Thrones look like a tea party. Arrakis, the only source of the coveted spice melange, is a desert hellscape where water is worth more than gold, and the local wildlife includes giant sandworms that consider humans a crunchy snack. It's like Australia, but with fewer kangaroos and more existential dread. Protagonist Paul Atreides gains the ability to see possible futures, which sounds cool until you realize it's like having a Netflix queue filled exclusively with horror movies starring you and your friends. So if you're ever feeling down, just remember, at least you're not navigating a dystopian desert world where every sip of water and breath of spice comes with strings attached. Dead Space. Dead Space is a science fiction horror franchise that began with the 2008 video game. The series follows Isaac Clarke, an engineer who finds himself battling grotesque creatures known as necromorphs aboard the spaceship USG Ishimura. Think of it as a cosmic Candyman's worst nightmare, where fixing a leaky faucet is the least of your worries. Now necromorphs. These aren't your garden variety zombies. Necromorphs are reanimated corpses transformed by alien artifacts called markers. They're like the universe's worst recycling program, turning your deceased crew into hostile monstrosities. The markers emit signals that induce hallucinations and violent behavior in humans. It's like the universe's way of saying, let's add some spice to your space voyage with a side of madness. The necromorphs are relentless and nearly indestructible, capable of reanimating dead tissue into grotesque forms. Their presence signifies an ever-present threat that can annihilate entire populations. Prolonged exposure to the markers induces severe psychological effects, including paranoia, hallucinations, and violent behavior, leading to societal breakdowns and mass suicides. Dead Space combines hostile creatures, mind-bending artifacts, fanatical cults, and eerie environments to create a universe so dark, it makes a black cat in a coal mine at midnight look positively radiant. Warhammer 40,000. Imagine a tabletop wargame where you and your friends command armies of intricately painted miniatures, battling it out in a universe that's the love child of science fiction and heavy metal album covers. Created by Games Workshop in 1987, Warhammer 40K has evolved into a sprawling franchise encompassing novels, video games, and soon, a TV series starring Henry Cavill. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war, and boy, they weren't kidding. With threats lurking in every shadow, from alien hordes to demonic invasions, peace talks are as rare as a sunny day in Seattle. The universe is locked in perpetual conflict, making it the ultimate bad neighborhood. The Emperor's word is law, and his messengers are basically the universe's loudspeakers. If you ever find yourself questioning it, or even sighing a little too dramatically, well, let's just say your future plans might get unexpectedly shortened. Mix all those ingredients and many more together, and you don't just get darkness, you get a cosmic nightmare where hope is on the endangered species list and existential dread lurks around every corner like a creepy neighbor who never blinks. Black Mirror. That delightful anthology series where each episode serves as a gentle reminder to maybe, just maybe, put down our smartphones and reconsider that smart fridge purchase. Created by Charlie Brooker, this show explores the darker aspects of modern society, particularly with regard to the unanticipated consequences of new technologies. Imagine a place where your social media rating determines your socioeconomic status, or where your memories can be replayed on demand, leading to all sorts of personal catastrophes. It's a universe where our gadgets don't just spy on us, they actively conspire to ruin our lives. Each episode was thought to be a standalone cautionary tale. However, eagle-eyed fans noticed recurring motifs and Easter eggs hinting at a shared universe. For instance, the Black Museum episode is a veritable treasure trove of callbacks, featuring artifacts from previous episodes, suggesting that all these technological nightmares coexist in the same reality. Charlie Brooker, the show's creator, initially played coy about this interconnectedness, but as the series progressed, he began to embrace the idea of a shared universe, weaving in more explicit references between episodes. Black Mirror focuses on how we misuse technology. Most of the horror comes from human nature: greed, vanity, cruelty, and our obsession with social validation. The Mist, a film that makes you reconsider ever stepping foot into a supermarket again. Directed by Frank Darabont, this cinematic gem is based on Stephen King's 1980 novella of the same name. Imagine this: a quaint town in Maine gets swallowed by a mysterious, monster-infested fog. The townsfolk, seeking refuge in a local grocery store, soon find that the real terror isn't just the tentacled creatures outside, but the unraveling sanity within. Picture this: you're trapped not just by otherworldly beasts, but by your neighbor's escalating hysteria and a zealot preaching that the apocalypse is nigh. It's like a potluck of paranoia, with everyone bringing their worst fears to the table. The film masterfully showcases how, under duress, societal norms crumble faster than a stale cookie. And let's not forget that ending. A plot twist so gut-wrenching it makes other horror finals look like children's bedtime stories. Without giving too much away, let's just say it redefines the phrase bad timing. Even Stephen King gave a nod of approval to this bleak conclusion, which is saying something coming from the master of macabre. The Mist isn't just about the foggy unknown lurking outside. It's a deep dive into the monsters we become when fear takes the driver's seat. So next time you see a little haze rolling in, maybe just stay indoors and watch a comedy instead. Harry Potter. Harry Potter is a series of sudden fantasy novels written by British author J.K. Rowling, a place where broomsticks are a legitimate mode of transportation and talking hats decide your future. The story chronicles the life of a young wizard, Harry Potter, and his escapades at the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Alongside friends Hermione Granger and Ron Weasley, Harry confronts the dark wizard Voldemort, who has an unhealthy obsession with immortality and a nose that seems to have gone missing. The series doesn't shy away from the theme of death. From the demise of Harry's parents to the numerous casualties in the Battle of Hogwarts, mortality is a recurring guest at this magical party. Hogwarts might be the only school where encountering a three-headed dog or a giant serpent is just part of the curriculum. One of the darkest things in Harry Potter is how love potions are treated like prank props instead of the magical equivalent of a supervillain's date rape drug. They're legal, easy to make, and sold right next to whoopee cushions in joke shops. Yet they can brainwash people into obsession and force their victims to raise children with them. Somehow the wizarding world sees these as harmless fun, like if we stock truth serum next to fake dog poop. Blood Sea. Blood Sea is a 2011 Japanese anime television series co-created by Production IG and the manga artist group Clamp. It serves as the second anime installment in the Blood franchise, following the 2005 to 2006 series Blood Plus. The narrative centers on Saya Kizaragi, a seemingly ordinary high school girl who doubles as a shrine maiden. By day, she leads a typical student life. By night, she wields a sacred sword to protect her village from monstrous creatures known as Old Ones or Elder Barons, which feed on human blood. Now let's talk about these Elder Barons, or as they prefer to be called at fancy gatherings, the Old Ones. Their origin story is as mysterious as that one sock that vanishes from your laundry. Rumor has it they can mate with humans to create hybrids, but the details are as elusive as a satisfying series finale. The Blood Sea universe doesn't just dip its toes into darkness, it does a cannonball right into the deep end. The Elder Barons have a particular fondness for human blood, and their attacks are as relentless as your alarm clock on a Monday morning. Their insatiable hunger and the ensuing carnage contribute to a world where nightmares aren't confined to bedtime. Hey everyone! Thank you all for watching until the end. I'll be back with more videos, so make sure to like and subscribe.